What's up, it's cinemashogun here, and earlier today it was revealed that Jordan Willis checked himself into rehab, and he's claiming that he has an addiction problem. But if that wasn't already shocking enough, another bombshell just dropped. Clayton McGinney's cousin is speaking out. Now, Clayton McGinney is one of the guys who died. And I've been telling you all that it was only a matter of time before more people start stepping forward with a story to tell. Because once you got the neighbors speaking out, you got these videos that are starting to float around. The parents and the girlfriend, they're still pressing. They're still pressing hard for more information. I knew that the floodgates would open, and it appears that the floodgates are open, folks. Because Clayton McGinney's cousin says, and I have to be careful here. So allegedly, okay, you hear that? Allegedly. From what Clayton's cousin says, allegedly, Jordan has been whipping up homemade stuff for years. He says, Jordan's a chemist. Everyone, even as far back as high school, people would go to Jordan to get stuff. Because Jordan was the chemist that would whip up homemade stuff right from home. Now we know that these three men who died, they were all really close. Jordan was the odd man out, but from what the cousin says, you go to Jordan when you want to have some fun, aka you go to Jordan when you want to have a good time, you want to get some stuff. And he says that Jordan messed up. He claims that Jordan used his cousin as a guinea pig, basically insinuating that Jordan has been making homemade substances and, I guess, giving them to people, testing them on people, using them himself. I don't know. But, I joked early on. I was like, is this a situation where we're dealing with a Heisenberg? Because in a usual case like this, you're wondering, okay, where do these guys get the stuff? But in this case, we're dealing with a scientist/chemist. So everyone's been wondering, did Jordan whip up some homemade stuff himself and it was a bad batch that went wrong? Well, the cousin seems to think so. But before I say too much, let's go ahead and hear it from his own mouth. Because I could sit here and tell you things, but you might as well hear it from him. But before I roll that clip, I need a huge favor from all of you all. I need you to hit the thumbs up button, and I need you to subscribe if you haven't already. But with that being said, let's roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
A lot of times I'm hearing that David, Clayton, and Ricky were like brothers. Jordan was kind of off on the side. Mm-hmm. True?
Jordan's a chemist, bro.
Jordan's what?
Jordan's a chemist. They all knew him as that. It was easy for them to go have fun, but he fucked up. He made a mistake. Jordan was the chemist. He's a scientist, right? He does what he needs to do. And now, to use my cousin, my best friend, as a guinea pig? No.
What about Alex Lee? What do you know about him?
I know him.
Yeah? Any idea that he might have brought drugs?
Hell
No?
no. Jordan had him. Jordan was one.
So you don't think any more attention should be paid on Alex Lee?
Alex Lee is a good man. He's a good man. Alex Lee is a solid. He was one of their best friends forever. Jordan is somebody that is known from high school as like creating drugs for people to make them feel better in certain situations. Okay, well, you want to do this? Okay, I'm gonna make this for you. I'm gonna make this for you. I'm gonna make this for you, and handing them out. Hmm. The police are doing their job. If it takes time, it takes time. I will never tell them they're not doing what they should be doing. They're doing the best they can. It takes time because you want it to be correct at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And that's what I hope, is when at the end of the day it comes out correct.
Well, there you have it, folks. I don't even know what else to say. I know this is something that a lot of people were suspecting, but, we have to be fair here. We don't know if any of this is true. We don't know if any of this is true, but I don't see why this guy would have a reason to lie. Now, just because Jordan was whipping stuff up in high school and Jordan was known for like, hey, you can go get this stuff from Jordan in high school doesn't mean he was still doing it. But I guess this guy probably knows Jordan and has knowledge about this. So it's not like I could sit here and be like, you're wrong. He knows Jordan better than I do. The only thing I would disagree with this guy about is law enforcement. If law enforcement was doing their job correctly, they would be in communication with the families. You know, they would be reassuring the families that they were doing their jobs. And if law enforcement was doing their job correctly, none of these guys' belongings would have ever been left at Jordan's house. I'm not sure if you guys watched that video, but law enforcement left evidence at Jordan's house. The situation is so bad that the family of one of the deceased men had to get their son's belongings from Jordan. Jordan had to drop it off at a mutual friend's house, and then that mutual friend gave them their son's belongings. So not only did law enforcement leave evidence behind, they left it behind with the man who may possibly be responsible for these guys' death. But having an addiction problem and all of these guys going to get some stuff and, you know, and then dying and ODing, that's one thing. But if Jordan actually made this stuff, that's a whole other story. And we can't look over that fact. If these guys, including Jordan, if they all went to some type of dealer and got some stuff, and maybe it was some bad stuff, and 3 of the guys died, that's one thing. But if Jordan himself was the one creating this stuff, that's a whole nother story. And that may be the reason why Jordan is afraid to say anything. That may be the reason why Jordan tried to play this whole situation off. Not necessarily because Jordan tried to kill these dudes, but Jordan felt like he could whip up some stuff for these people that was a bad batch and it went wrong. So Jordan knows that he is, you know, responsible for what happened. So this opens up a whole nother layer. It's a layer that we already thought could be there. But now we got, we can't necessarily call this evidence, but we got some claims coming from someone who's very close to one of the people who died, or very close to the 3 men who died. Best friend, cousin, a guy who knows Jordan, has known Jordan since high school. So these theories that people have had, now I think there is some weight to these theories, because we have someone close to the situation that's not giving you a theory. He's telling you, oh, Jordan is the chemist. Jordan's been doing this. Jordan's been whipping up stuff for people since high school and giving it out. People will go to Jordan if you want to have fun. So what is Jordan whipping up? Like some type of psychedelics? I don't know. Or what? I don't know. I don't know. But if it turns out that Jordan made this stuff, then like I said, that's a whole different ball game. So Jordan can go hide in rehab if he wants to. I'm hoping that law enforcement is doing their job and conducting a thorough investigation, because if it turns out that Jordan created this stuff, then Jordan has to go away. But we don't know what's in Jordan's system because they never tested Jordan for anything. So we still have an uphill battle. I don't know what's going to come out next. I'm at a point where I almost don't want to speculate or say anything at all, because by the time I put out one video, there's already like more wild things happening. I honestly don't know what to expect next. But here we have a credible source saying, you know, basically putting it all out there. And this is something a lot of people were suspecting. So I guess we just have to wait and see. Let me know your thoughts about this, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, if you're feeling generous, you can donate to the channel via Cash App. I'll have my Cash App in the pinned comment. You could also donate via Super Thanks, or for free, you can help the channel by liking the video, subscribing, ringing that notification bell, and all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all soon, in the next one.